everyone, it's Brian with GreyWolf Towers again. So today's video is going to be on this guy here. And the reason that I have it is because I also bought this guy. Now this is just an i3 CPU. It's like any other CPU from Intel, except it's the newest version. It's out of the i3's low end. The cool thing about it is that it is 4 cores, 8 threads, which is the first time an i3 has been more than 4 cores flat. So it's basically a 7th gen i7 is essentially what it is. But that aside, this is what today's video is about. And this is the MSI B460M A Pro. It's a new 10th gen Intel CPU motherboard. This is one of the more basic ones. It's business, hence the B. It's more business oriented than others. It's not the home user, which would normally be an H, or a high-end, what do you call them, enthusiast boards, which are the Zs. The Z boards are for overclocking and things like that. This will not overclock CPUs, at least not to my knowledge. Now inside the box you get your backplate, your I/O shield. You get a case badge. You get 2 SATA cables, one with the 90-degree angle, one with the standard. You get 3 of the M.2 drive screws. You get a little thank you card that they give with every purchase. You get an outdated driver's disc. And you get the quick installation guide. Now, honestly, you really don't need the installation guide for most of these motherboards. They just really aren't needed. So now we're going to open this guy up and take a look at what is included on the board. So now on the front, or what'll be the front, you've got the 24-pin connector. You've got the USB 3, and you've got what appears to be 6 SATA ports, 4, I guess it'd be horizontal, and 2 vertical. Back here you've got the 8-pin for the CPU. You've got the CPU socket. The VRM does look like it's a basic VRM, so again, not overclocking for this motherboard. You've got a system fan, which would be case fan, and then a CPU fan header right here. You've got your easy diagnostics LEDs up here for debugging the system. It tells you things like whether the RAM's not working or not there, whether the CPU is not working or not there, whether there's video, things like that. It's got a little light there. It does have steel reinforcing the Pci Express X16 slot and then 2 Pci X1 slots. Does have a single PCIe M.2 here. There's none on the bottom, which some motherboards do have. I have an ITX motherboard, for instance, that has one on the bottom. Just one slot, which makes me wonder why they gave us 3 screws. I guess 2 extras. One downside is that it does only have 2 Dimm slots for RAM. So you also have your jumpers for things like power switch and things like that. This one's most likely speaker right here. You've got, let's see, audio back here in the corner. I'm not seeing any centralized headers for fans. I do see, I do not see any more fan headers at all. So you get 1 fan header. So if you're going to be doing more than 1 fan to the system for the case, you're going to have a splitter. So keep that in mind. You've got USB 2 here as well, so that you can run extra USBs to the front panel or to the rear using a special adapter, which honestly I haven't seen one of those in forever, so I'm not even sure they still make them. You do have the 3 audio jacks for built-in audio. You've got 4 USB 3. You've got the internet LAN connection for the Ethernet, which I believe is gigabit, which is always good to have. You've got DVI and HDMI video outs, so that if you have a CPU like ours is the i3-10100. It's not the F model, so it does have video in it. So we'll be able to use that for starting everything up and things like that if we need to, or for troubleshooting if we have issues with the graphics card we install. It's got 2 USB 2.0 ports and a PS2 port still. Honestly, I'm not sure of anyone that has a PS2 keyboard anymore for use. I have one that I keep hidden away just in case I get an old outdated BIOS that won't boot to a USB keyboard. But anything within the past 10 years for the most part does. And anything older than 10 years I don't tend to deal with anymore. So I've gotten rid of all that stuff. Overall though, it is a great looking motherboard. It is just a basic one. It does have an LED strip on the motherboard itself, on the circuit board. I believe it's white or yellow. I'll have to boot it up to find out for sure. But this is going to go great with this i3, and this is going to be part of one of our builds coming up. So keep a lookout for videos and for our streaming, because we're going to probably do the stream build around the time this video gets released. I'm expecting the build to be on stream in about a week from today. Anyway, that is today's video. I do hope that it was informational. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section down below. If you found this video educational, informative, or entertaining, make sure you hit the like button down below as well to let us know that you found it useful. And then as always, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button that should be posted about here so that you can keep up to date on our new videos as we release them. So thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.